What's up, everybody? If you click this video, you probably are at a time or there was some point in your life where, you truly felt alone and you might be a little confused and you don't know like how to deal with it or what that situation really looks like for you because there's a difference between being alone and actually feeling alone. I recently just graduated college and I'm I went through this period of like life just isn't the same without my buddies around, the people I met, roommates. Everyone's in a 10-minute radius from each other, and man, it's just a lot different. But one thing I can say throughout my time in school and just in general is I always found a lot of gratitude and peace in being alone. And there's a common misconception that, oh, like you're sitting in your room all day, you're doing this and this, like, oh, why aren't you going out every other weekend? But there's so much you can find with being alone. And if you get away from that, that propaganda of, oh, you always need someone next to your side, rather that's, a relationship, a woman, a man, I think it's important to still have people around you, like family and friends, but it's okay to be at a point in your life where you just have to be isolated and be alone for a little while. Because you can be alone and still not necessarily feel alone. Like a lot of the times I'm in my room by myself playing games or watching Netflix and I'm having a great time. I don't have any noise in my ear. I'm not looking for external validation. I don't have anyone taking up my space because I know a lot of people can relate to this, but my space is like really important and it gives me a chance to reflect on my life, what I need to do better, where I went wrong. And, you can find a lot of peace in that because when you're around so many people and it can be performative sometimes, having to show up for friends, go to this, go do that, when in reality, when you're by yourself, you don't have to do all those things to satisfy other people. And you just have that peace of mind when you're alone. And throughout all this time, there are a lot of instances where I don't feel alone. And I think that being alone and having that gratitude and peace is can be extremely healthy because it gives you that time to grow and reflect on your life and it helps you recharge. That's the other thing. Like when you're around so many people, especially if your work, your job demands, customer service, or you're working retail, or you're a cashier somewhere, you're constantly having to deal with other people, and especially for my introverts out there, it can get overwhelming really fast, and you don't even notice it until you actually take that time to sit with yourself. Sometimes I don't want to, put on that mask to talk to other people, to cater to their needs, cater to their wants, and remain professional. And then you don't get that chance to actually like disconnect and, have that time alone by yourself and get that peace of mind that you're not able to get in the world, in the outside world when you're working or going out with friends. Your mind's just always on go and it's just racing and you don't get the opportunity to take a step back. But this then leads to actually feeling alone because when you're feeling alone, you're not really you're not getting that gratitude and peace because you might feel like you don't have the right amount of friends or family. And I know a lot of people don't like to feel alone, but they like to be alone because just for me, I feel like I understand myself like no one else can. Like no one else understands me better than I do. That's just the reality of it, and that's just how it is for a lot of people. And when you're alone, you get to have that space to not be in front of judgment, to be criticized, and and just not having to deal with all that external pressure. And another thing, that alone time, that space, one of the biggest like advantages you can get out of it is it allows you to be so creative when you're not faced with that external pressure. You can recharge that social battery, because everyone has a social battery. If you're like me, my social battery is extremely low. After a night of going out, I'm like, man, that was exhausting, and you can feel it like in the morning sometimes, or especially if you go out for a full weekend, 2 nights in a row, you need that time to recharge. And when you don't have that time to recharge, that's when you're grumpy, or you don't want to talk to people, and you feel like every conversation that you have is a chore. Like sometimes when I'm talking to people, it's like, bruh, I just need my own space right now. And that's exactly why I'm telling you that it's okay to be alone sometimes, and you might have to go through that period to recharge. Because especially like as a college student, I had a lot of time to just be in my dorm and reflect, and I see all these other people partying, having fun, drinking all weekend, and that's cool. I feel like there needs to be a balance in life, and you're young, you want to experience things, but if your mind is always just racing and on go 24/7, you're not going to get that space to recharge that battery that you need to be the best version of yourself. Because when I'm around other people, I want to be like attentive. I want to be actually engaged in the conversation, and that's exactly why it's okay to feel that way rather than trying to keep up with everybody else. Especially in the summer, right now, I'm making this video in the peak of July, the peak of summer, the middle of summer, and you're away from your friends. Like I'm away from all my friends right now. I moved recently, and it's just not the same. It's not the same, having that buddy next to you to talk to if you're in school, having all your friends around you, and that's okay. You can actually see, if you actually take the time to sit alone by yourself for 2 days, maybe you might think about those people you so-called called your friends, about, oh, are they really my friends? What about that one time when this and this such happened? And you might not ever think about it, or you might let it move past you because they're your friend, you're always around them, and you don't actually get time to make a sound decision. But I noticed that when I'm in my room just on the game or watching Netflix, like I get all that time back. I get all that time back to recharge and actually think about things that matter to me most in life. And when you just go to work, you're on the clock punching in, trying to win the rat race, you might miss out on a lot of things in your life where those parts can be improved, and you can start by just being alone. Now, I don't want this video to be some David Goggins shit where it's like, oh, grind for 30 days in your room alone, be alone. Oh, you don't need anybody. Like that's not the point of this, because it's so important to connect, have connections, to build a rapport with other people, because no amount of money or fame can, replace the value of actual human connection. But without the influence of others around you, you can look into those personal passions, those values, and you could truly discover farther into your identity. Maybe you had, a business you wanted to start. Maybe you wanted to learn a new thing. Maybe you wanted to get into graphic design. Like I've been wanting to, make YouTube videos for a while, but I never got the time to actually think of the logistics of it. And, here I am recording this. So I just think that there's this huge misconception that we need people around us 24/7. It's just farther from true. And working without interruption improves focus, and it gives you that space to come up with these new ideas. And I feel like I tap into a different mode of creativity when I'm not having to be around other people that are taking up that same energy that I could have been used doing something else. Now, if you're getting to a point where you actually feel alone and you're missing out on, that human connection, that's when a lot of the times, you might have to reach out to people, make plans, like do something with your buddies, because, you don't, you don't know the next time you'll be able to get to see them, like, especially in this age when you're in your 20s, everyone starts working. It's not just, oh, let's go to the rec. Like, I can't even get my group chat to go hoop or go play basketball at the rec now, because everyone just seems so busy with working. So that's that difference between being alone and feeling alone, like feeling like you don't have the opportunity to do those things with other people. So with that being said, rather, if you're at a point where you notice that you're spending a lot more time alone, or you're thinking about if you should spend more time alone, or you're maybe in this gray area where you're confused, you don't know what to do, I'm here to tell you that it's okay. It's okay to go through a period, through a time. Maybe that's a few weeks, maybe that's a few months, maybe that's a year, where you should take some time out of your week to just be by yourself and stop chasing that external pressure from others, and you'll be surprised of how much you can find within yourself. And I found a lot. I found the most growth within myself when I actually took the time to recharge and to be alone, and I saw so many more ideas come up, and that's when I've been the most creative. So yeah, let me know what you think about this and your experiences. I want to hear what other people have to say, so just let me know what you think of this perspective on it.